Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Jonathan, and to my returning subscribers, welcome back, my friends, welcome back. In today's video, I want to talk about when it's time to let go of certain individuals and situations when they're causing more harm than doing good. Let's get started. The last week or so, I've been looking back as far as all the inner work that I've done. And I've been looking back as far as certain experiences and certain relationships I've had in my life where I hung on to them for far too long. I knew that they were causing me more harm than good, but I was hanging on to them. And that's the thing, that is completely normal. That's in human nature to, no matter how awful a situation is, once you live through it for a long enough period of time, you start to become comfortable with this because it's familiar emotions and familiar situations that are coming up. Therefore, we tend to stick through relationships for far much longer than we should. Certain jobs, as an example, certain friendships, certain bad habits. And this, I'm guilty of this just as much as you are, as far as in the past, using drugs and alcohol to suppress those emotions that should have came out, to allow me to forget about certain past painful experiences that occurred. But at a certain point, you have to ask yourself this: have I learned the lesson that I was meant to out of this situation? Because a lot of you right now are most likely going through karmic soulmate relationships, and this is what has caused you to have your spiritual awakening, or else you just went through this relationship which literally broke you down in each and every single way it possibly could. And by being able to let go and step into the unknown without feeling that fear, you're going to be feeling emotions that you haven't felt in a long time. You're going to be bringing forth those high vibes emotions. And not only this, once you're able to let go of certain situations, that's bringing forth a lot more self-love, self-worth. You're now starting to create those boundaries. And especially, this is especially difficult for those of you who identify yourself as an empath, because you're very caring and compassionate towards other individuals. You endure much more than you should. And I've been there in the past, enduring much, much more than I should have. Even though I knew at the time, I learned the lesson, I knew. But it was familiar. The situation was familiar. The emotions were familiar. There was nothing unpredictable that was going to happen. Everything was basically on autopilot. And as far as your spiritual awakening is, once you can get rid of this autopilot mentality, once you're able to truly start to step into the unknown and really look in every aspect of your life as far as, is this raising my vibrations or is this bringing me down? Have I learned my lesson from this or haven't I? Once you're able to start looking at all these different things, and I know it can be difficult because sometimes it's with family members, it could be with your parents, with your brothers, with your sisters. But let me ask you this: were you considered the black sheep of the family? Because if you were, guess what? You are meant to take a step. Take a step away from them, because there's something special that's going to happen in your life. There's something special that you're going to be able to achieve in your life. And this is most likely one of the reasons why you've had your spiritual awakening, is feeling disconnected from all of your loved ones, or else being manipulated by narcissists, as an example. But it's all a matter of really tap into your inner happiness. What is bringing forth happiness? Right now is not the time to just be like, life is, it's okay. No, now is the time to start to thrive, to start to truly think just back when you were a little child, how much you were dreaming of as far as what you wanted to bring forth. It's time to start to bring that childlike excitement back out as far as how you're going to move forward, because right now there's a major shift happening, and what you're seeing as far as the collective can reflect back onto yourself, as far as there's all these different things that are coming up out of us. And by remaining in the same situation for an extended period of time, even though you know that you should be letting go of this situation, you're just having to endure more pain and more suffering for a longer period of time. It's when you're able to let go heal, let those emotions out, take in that guidance as far as the life lesson that you're meant to learn. That's how you're going to start to progress on your journey. And as far as bringing forth your manifestations, the sooner you're able to clear out as much inventory as far as painful experiences out of your heart, the sooner you're going to be vibing higher, the easier it's going to become as far as one, bringing forth your manifestation, because the signs and synchronicities and the guidance is going to become clearer and clearer. But it's a matter of taking that leap of faith, a matter of saying, you know what, this relationship, as an example, this situation, this job is no longer serving me. It is bringing me down. It is holding me back on my journey that I'm on. And start looking, what are the alternatives? What could you do? What other areas could you be? Example, if it's a job, you hate your job. Right now, it just brings you down. You come home and you feel completely drained. Well, what other job could you do? You know, and if money is important to you, what other job that's similar paying job? Or else it could be, what other job is going to bring forth this secret hidden talent, as an example, something that you're passionate about, but you weren't even aware of before. And I'm not going to lie about it. As far as if you start to step into the unknown, there's certain things that you might have to give up. There's certain things you might have to live without for a short period of time. It's, you know what I mean? As far as it could be your living condition, it could be the type of car that you drive. Certain habits, as far as your spending habit, there's certain things that you might have to cut back on. But look at it this way, it's such a short-term investment for how much love, joy, bliss, and happiness and passion that you're able to bring forth in your life. But it's a matter of starting to take that step right now. 2021 has all the energies needed in order for you to be successful as far as bringing forth more of those high vibes in what you're doing. But it's a matter of starting today. It's a matter of allowing whatever's going to come up, and give yourself permission to release it. Let it come up without any resistance. Release it. Open up to your angels and your guides and ask to receive that life lesson. Ask to receive the deeper meaning behind a certain situation. It could be a certain very painful situation that you went through where right now you're looking at this situation and you're saying, there is no way I'm able to see any positive out of this. But with time, you're going to realize that, I'm not saying it was a blessing in disguise, but you're going to realize that it prepared you for something absolutely wonderful, absolutely amazing. And sometimes the truth of the matter is sometimes we have to go through certain past painful experiences in order to help others at a certain point. And right now, it's okay if you're going through your awakening and you're not sure exactly how you're going to move forward. Just start off by letting those emotions out and start to notice, this is bringing me up, I'm going to consume more. This is bringing me down, I need to take a step back. And you're going to notice, even if, let's say, example, you still drink, you still take drugs, you're going to notice at a certain point, if you actually start to do the work inside, manifest from within, meaning forget about the new house, the new girlfriend or boyfriend, the car, the career. If you manifest within, you manifest inner happiness, self-love, self-worth, confidence, excitement. You bring forth all these manifestations within, and that's what's going to reflect out into your reality. And then you're going to see, as far as bringing forth your manifestations, it'll be a lot easier to match what it is that you want to have come forth. And you're going to see that it's not a matter of having to meditate 500 hours in order to bring forth your manifestations, because the more and more you tap into your heart space, the more and more you're going to align as far as your life purpose. And once you do, you'll notice the doors are going to open everywhere. You're going to notice synchronicities. You're going to notice signs. You're going to see all of a sudden, no, that person came to my life at the exact right moment and was able to help me out with whatever I needed, and I was able to help them out. But it's a matter of stop rationally thinking your way forward and start to feel your way forward. Because as far as this spiritual journey, it's nothing you can see, it's nothing you can hear, it's only something that you can feel. But you have to release, you have to release, you have to let go and start thinking of everything this way. Everything is borrowed. I'm blessed to be able to have this thing right here today. Because by continuing to feel blessed for what you have, you're going to be receiving more. The moment you start taking something for granted, that's when it's going to go away. But it's a matter of, at the end of the day, what's bringing you forth more inner happiness and what's bringing you down. And ask yourself this: have I learned the lesson? Have I gone through this situation for a long enough period of time that now I'm able to let it go, or at least limit my exposure to this? Because those of you who do, and you start to truly start taking little steps, one action after another. Picture this: if you're able to get 1% better, even 1% better per week over the next year, that's 52% better than the version of yourself as of this very day. Imagine how different your life would be in that 1 year span, that 52-week span, if you're able to improve yourself 1% per week. And if you're remotely feeling stressed out, if you're feeling any type of anxiety, disconnect. Disconnect and focus solely on your immediate surrounding. Okay? If it's bringing you down, cut it out. You don't need to watch the news every single moment. You don't need to know every single little thing that's happening all around the world. All you need to do is focus on your immediate surroundings and create more and more of that inner peace if that's what you're looking for. Create more of that self-love if that's what you're looking for. And by going out in nature, I love nature because I'm able to completely relax and really tap into my heart space. And that's when I start to receive that guidance. That's when I'm really seeing exactly how I should be moving forward in the future. Well, you guys have an awesome day. I love you guys. Namaste.